Hello, my name's Ben. I was diagnosed with cancer when I was 33 years old. I'm 42 now, so I'm well out of the woods. In the last 9 years since I had cancer, I've started an advertising agency that does nothing but works for good causes and good people in the world. I grew up in Bondi in Sydney, in Australia, and as you can imagine, a kid growing up in Bondi, life was pretty good. As life went on, I got a job in advertising as a copywriter, and that was a job that I could take all over the world. So in the years before I had cancer, that's exactly what I did. My girlfriend at the time and I went all around the world and did about 14 different countries, and life was pretty amazing. We even got married on a island in Thailand. And then we came back to Australia full of hope as to what the future might be, and within a month of arriving home, I was told I had cancer. It was literally like a movie where, you know, when the bomb drops in some sort of World War II movie and the whole world shakes and it all goes kind of bright and the sun's a little bit, you know, more sunny than usual, and you don't hear anything around you because it's almost like shell shock. And I just went and sat I was on my own, I just went and sat in the Botanic Gardens and just went, I'm going to die. So the first bit of the treatment started on the Tuesday morning. 2 days after I'd found the lump, I was on the operating theatre, and they literally take a biopsy to find out if you've got cancer, and obviously I did have cancer, and from there you right into the full treatment. And the treatment for my cancer in particular is like a boxing glove. They looked at me and said, you're young, you're fit, you're healthy, we're going to hit you hard and make sure that you survive this. So then they send you in for 4 rounds of chemotherapy, which is like 3 days on, 4 days off. It starts easy, you know, the first day you go, that wasn't so bad, I don't feel too bad, and then it just makes you sicker and sicker and sicker as you go. You know, the treatment for my cancer was created in '73, and I was born in '72. I actually went and Googled it and found that there have been 83,000 generations have lived on this earth. I mean, that's a fair approximation, but 83,000. I was in the only generation that didn't die from this when they got it. You know, how lucky is that? It's ridiculous. I went through one of the toughest journeys you can go through as a human and as a man, and I came out the other side of that. You know, I don't think you necessarily fight cancer, but you definitely fight the demons within yourself as you do that. And I came out of that a lot stronger within myself. Things that I would have put off, typically, I don't put off anymore. If I want to do it, just do it. You know, what's the best time to do something? Pretty much when you think of it. And so, on one hand, it's made me more relaxed and less stressed in life. On the other hand, it's made life more urgent. Annabelle and I tried for ages and ages. We tried for about 3 years afterwards, and it got to the point where it was getting kind of depressing that maybe we'd never be able to have kids. So we went to an IVF place, and it was going to be 9 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. We were going to start, and Annabelle had 1 pregnancy test left. And at 7 a.m. that morning, she tried it. She thought she might as well use it up, and boom, she was pregnant. So we literally rang the IVF clinic and said, we're not coming in. When I think about all the people who donated to finding a cure for the cancer that I had, I often actually think of them not as donors, but as sort of my shareholders, if you like. You know, they didn't donate, they actually invested in people like me living. This money that seems to go to an organisation does not go to an organisation, they're merely the conduit. It goes to helping people survive. To you for donating to Cancer Council, I want to say thank you. And not just from me, I represent one of thousands of people who you helped to not just live, but live better. You know, it's because of you I'm here, so thank you very much. I appreciate that.